it's so quiet in here. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knights Table. I'm Jim.
I am Eric.
Today we're going to talk about the devil all the time. This movie's got Tom Holland, Arpat,
Sebastian Stan.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, right.
Time to Float.
Yeah.
It's a Netflix original. It's based on a book of the same name.
Movie. Spoiler-free view.
Sure. It's, how long was this movie? About 2.5 hours? Maybe a little less? 2:20?
I don't know. I thought it was like 10.
You are Tom Hollandless for the first hour of this movie at least.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is the grown-up version of Bill Skarsgård's son. Bill Skarsgård is a war vet. And these people bouncing back and forth between these two towns in Ohio and West Virginia.
Meade, Ohio, and
I thought it was
Coal Creek.
Coal Creek and then Knock'em Stiff.
Oh, yeah, Knock'em Stiff, which is like right outside of Meade or something. And Coal Creek, West Virginia.
That accent you tried so desperately to shed. Pure West Virginia. So, I mean, there's violence in this movie. There's
yeah.
people that get killed.
I mean, it's got devil in the name.
Devil Wears Prada. Nobody died.
There was still a little bit of violence. I mean,
There was at least more fun than this. I'm trying to be positive, though, because it's been a while. We left you. We're back. But this movie, for me, is violent. There's some violence, even some graphic violence.
would it possibly even be extremely wicked?
It was kind of a slog. Like it was. It says a slow burn.
Oof.
Oof.
Still waiting on it.
We didn't start the fire.
Neither did they. This movie got to like the 2-hour mark, and we're like, what's it been, 6 hours?
We checked, and there was still like 45, 50 minutes left in this movie, and it felt like we'd already been there for 3 hours. And it wasn't The Irishman. But the acting was really good.
Yeah, I definitely liked Tom Holland in this, and Robert Pattinson. They had...
But you didn't like his accent.
I get that's kind of what people were supposed to sound like.
That's how some Southerners sound.
I get y'all say that we sound like that. I mean, not me, but, we sound like that. Something about the accents just didn't feel right to me. Maybe it's because I'm a Southerner. Maybe it's because y'all are not.
I thought Bill Skarsgård was really good. The woman who played Sebastian Stan's sister, I can't think of the actress's name. She did really good. They were like serial killers that took photographs of people without getting into too much.
He was called the shooter.
I don't know. I just felt like, and maybe the book is like this. I don't know, but this isn't a book review.
No.
This is a movie review. It stands on its own. The narrator of this movie was the narrator, or excuse me, was the author of the book.
The narrator was the author.
I'm not like one of these people that's so anti-narration.
I actually liked some of the narration, but I think the narration would have been a whole lot better with someone else.
I just don't think it fit.
Some of it was a bit too much, but it needed some of that narration.
Absolutely. But for me, like, it's a movie, right? It's a visual thing. It's a visual thing. A movie's just
visually not stunning.
I thought it looked good. Thought it was shot well. The narration, I get, is fine at some points. But, you're sitting there telling me too much before it happened. While it's happening, I can see what's happening. I can place it in my brain and connect the two.
He said.
Did he? Because I didn't see his mouth move and the words come out.
Yeah, I just didn't like him for the narrator. And I get that he probably put that in his little contract part where he wanted to be the one to do it. But I wish they would have talked him out of it.
This movie, Lauren made a good point, lacked so much tension. It's violent, right? And
It's violent. It's a movie about devilish thoughts and feelings because, it's the devil all the time.
Yeah.
And you just never feel a tense moment.
Yeah.
At all.
I find it funny, though, that the most religious people in this movie are like the least religious, the worst people, which is funny because I've been to Catholic Church before. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't
hate it. I didn't hate it nearly like I did Buster Scruggs, which this felt like another type of Buster Scruggs movie.
Like a subgenre.
Right. Just like Buster Scruggs, there wasn't much story to it.
Yeah, much of a premise, I guess, right? That's
Yeah,
what you guys are saying.
It was just a waste of 2.5 hours because it's not that nothing's happening. It's just nothing matters.
Zodiac was a movie that was 2.5 hours long.
But it was tense the whole time.
It's tense.
You're on the edge of your seat. You're in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this movie, not even Spider-Man could save it.
I didn't feel that connection. I know everybody loved this movie.
It's probably in the lower half of the Netflix originals I've seen.
It's weird because I didn't hate this movie. I certainly didn't love this movie. I thought the acting was its saving point. But there aren't many characters to root for. Not that, like, Tom Holland is, like, a bad character. And you should root for him, but I just kind of wasn't invested in it. Left there feeling better than I did... Left the living room. Feeling better than I did when I watched... I'm thinking of Ending Things, which... I love Charlie Kaufman. Loved Charlie Kaufman, but I don't know. Better screenwriter than he is a director. And that movie was fine, too. Like, it was boring. It had good acting. But, like... That doesn't make a movie to me. You have to be entertained. You have to be moved. And
it didn't have the key components that a movie should have. Not all of them, at least.
The only thing it moved was the minute hand on the clock, and it moved at a glacial pace. How would you score this movie? This is the comeback score.
I had my score in my head last night.
Ooh.
And it has not changed. It's only a little bit more solidified, I would say. It was a movie, I watched it. I would only score it a 5.
Flat 5. I have to score this a 6.5, 6.5 out of 10. I was going to say maybe if I read the book I'd appreciate it more. You don't. It's a movie. That's it. You guys like The Devil All the Time. I want to know why. What you guys thought of it. Leave us a message down in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we will check you out next time. Only on Rounds of the Knight's Counter. Knight's Table. We're back.